Welcome back to the Motivated Mind Zone. I want to start today with a question just for you. Have you ever been speaking English?
Uh,
And even though the other person understood you perfectly, you still felt that knot in your stomach, that feeling of not sounding confident.
it's so frustrating, isn't it? And that feeling is probably one of the biggest walls English learners hit. So our mission in this deep dive is to smash right through that wall.
We're going to show you how to sound genuinely confident in English. But here's the key. We're doing it with simple, everyday words.
Exactly. This isn't about learning 1,000 new vocabulary words. It's all about clarity and how you deliver what you already know.
So if you're someone who sometimes feels a little shy or nervous when you speak English, this is for you.
Because here's the big insight we found, and it's a bit counterintuitive. Confidence isn't about using big, complicated words. Not at all. It's about how you say the simple ones.
Okay, I love that. Simplicity as strength. Let's unpack that.
Let's do it.
So let's jump into what our sources call the biggest psychological trap for learners. It's this idea that to sound confident, you have to sound smart.
Right. That you have to use these complex, formal words to sound credible.
And what happens when you do that? You start searching your brain for this perfect, fancy word.
And you hesitate. You pause. And that pause, even for a second, signals uncertainty to the person you're talking to. You've lost the confident feeling before the word even comes out.
To make this crystal clear, let's use an example from the source material, like a classic business situation.
Mm.
You need to ask a colleague for a response. Okay, here's the complex version.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to kindly inquire if it would be possible to receive your response at your earliest convenience.
Wow. Okay, now compare that with the simple version.
Ready? Can you get back to me today?
The difference is night and day.
It really is. But let me play devil's advocate for a second. A lot of people are taught that the first one is the professional way. It's more formal, right?
Yeah.
So why does it sound less confident?
That's a great question because, yes, it is formal, it's grammatically fine, but in a real conversation, it sounds like you're translating in your head.
Oh, okay.
Or worse, it sounds like you're afraid to just ask for what you need. That phrase, at your earliest convenience, is so vague. Today is clear. It's direct. Confidence comes from that clarity.
That makes so much sense. I used to do that all the time. I'd try to sound smart and I ended up just speaking slower and making more mistakes because the sentences were too long. My confidence just plummeted.
And that's the key. Switching to simple English, it reduces your cognitive load. You're not trying to remember some rare word. You're just focused on delivering your message clearly. That feeling of control. That's where confidence really lives.
Okay, so we've established that simplicity is our goal. Let's get practical. Let's give you the tools.
Yes. No grammar stress here.
Yeah.
We've got 4 very specific phrase replacements you can start using today to sound more sure of yourself.
And these are powerful because they're small changes with a huge impact. Let's start with the one that just kills any sense of commitment, the word maybe.
Yes. So the first replacement is to swap maybe with I think. Listen to the difference.
Okay.
So the unsure version is maybe this is a good solution.
Hmm.
It sounds weak.
It does. But the confident version, I think this is a good solution. See, I think shows you've considered it and you have an opinion. It's calm. It's declarative.
Let's have you try that right now. Just say it out loud wherever you are. I think this is a good solution. Feel that difference.
Okay, number 2. This one is huge for work situations. You need to replace I will try with I'm going to.
Oh, this is a big one.
It is. I will try to finish the report today.
Just sounds like you're already making an excuse for not finishing it.
Totally. But if you say, I'm going to finish the report today.
That's commitment. It's clear. It shows you're taking ownership, which is a massive signal of confidence.
Let's practice that one too. Say it with intention. I'm going to finish the report today.
Good. Now for number 3. This is for that moment when someone asks you a question and you don't have the answer. The panic moment.
Right. The instinct is to just say, I don't know.
Exactly. And that can make you seem unprepared. Instead, you're going to replace "I don't know" with "let me check."
That is so much better.
It's a game changer. It says, "I don't have it right now, but I'm in control and I will get it for you." You completely keep control of the conversation.
Let's try it. Say it firmly. Let me check. It feels powerful.
And the last one, number 4, this is about agreeing to something instead of just a passive, okay.
Which can mean anything from great to I guess so.
Right. You replace it with, that works for me, it's positive, it's assertive, and it signaled you're on board.
Especially in a meeting that's so much stronger. Let's try it. Say it with a positive tone. That works for me.
Perfect.
So, quick challenge for you. Which one sounds more reliable? A, I'll try to send the email before lunch. Or B, I'm going to send the email before lunch.
It has to be B, right? If you picked B, you're already getting it. Simple words, total certainty.
Okay, so we've talked about what to say. And now we get to the really subtle part. It's not just the words. It's how you say them.
This is where it gets really interesting. Because there's a secret that all confident speakers know, maybe without even realizing it. They speak slower.
Slower, not louder.
Exactly. Not louder. Slower. Think about it. When you rush your words, it sounds like you're nervous. It sounds like you're afraid someone's going to interrupt you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let me try it. Here's the fast version.
Okay.
I'm going to send it today. Please.
Okay, it just sounds anxious.
Totally anxious. Now, the slow, controlled version.
Okay. I'm going to send it
Well,
today.
see? The words are the same, but the feeling is completely different. Slowing down gives your words weight. It projects authority.
And when you do that, a lot of good things happen. You're clearer, your voice is calmer, and you actually feel more in control of the whole situation. And here's a really easy tip to practice this. Just take a short pause, like one single breath after every sentence. It forces you to slow down, and it sounds incredibly natural.
Okay, let's practice that together right now. We're going to say this sentence slowly. Ready? I think this is a good idea.
Good. Now let's try it one more time, maybe even a little slower. Feel that pause at the end. I think this is a good idea. That pace. That's the sound of certainty.
And building on that, we have to talk about the final confidence killer. This is so important. It's about weak sentence endings.
Oh, this is critical because the end of the sentence is what people remember. You can say something brilliant, but if you end it weakly, you lose all the impact.
You hear it all the time. Someone will say, we can meet tomorrow, if that's okay.
Or, I think this is the right strategy, maybe. That little maybe at the end just erases everything that came before it.
It's like you're apologizing for your own idea.
Exactly. The fix is so simple, though. You just have to end your sentences firmly, decisively. Instead of trailing off, you stop.
So, not we can meet tomorrow, if that's okay. Just
We can meet tomorrow, full stop.
not, I think this is the right strategy. Maybe. Just.
I think this is the right strategy.
Yeah.
You state it, and you let it land.
And the sources stress this point. You have to cut out those little weakening words at the end. Words like, okay, I guess, maybe.
You're like a little undo button for your confidence. You build up all this authority, and then you just hit undo. Don't do it. State your idea and be done.
All right, let's do one last practice. We're going to focus just on that strong, clear ending. Repeat these after us. Put all your energy into that final word. Ready? I can do that.
Good. This is the priority now.
Nice. Let's start now.
Think about that office example again. You're not going to say, I can finish it today, I think.
No, you just look them in the eye and say, calmly, I can finish it today.
That's it. Simple words, controlled speed, strong finish. That is the formula.
So the big takeaway from this whole deep dive is that your English is already good enough. You don't need more words. You just need more control.
And because this is a skill, not a talent, we want to leave you with a simple 5-minute daily practice to build that confidence muscle.
It's super simple. First, you just pick one of those simple sentences we practiced. Something like, I'm going to do this today.
Second, you say it out loud, but you really focus on speaking slowly and clearly. Feel that sense of control.
And third, you repeat it 3 times. And each time, you try to sound just a little bit calmer, a little more certain than the last time.
You can do this anywhere, in the car, while you're cooking, looking in the mirror. This is how you train your brain and your voice to sound confident.
And as you go about your week, I want you to hold on to this final thought.
Mm.
People aren't persuaded by perfect grammar. They're persuaded by clear, controlled communication.
Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into sounding powerfully confident with simple English.
What's one sentence you're going to practice saying confidently today? Think about that, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.